On this episode of the Toy Review Adventurous Ones, it's now time to say, Hail Cobra Commander, the great snake rules forever! As we unbox and review the man himself, Cobra Commander. Or should we say, or should that be the whole, I was once a man. Welcome to the Toy Review. It's time we get started. Welcome back, Adventurous Ones, for another unboxing and review. I'm your host, as always, the master of all multiverses. And the reason why they've turned into absolute and total shitfest. I'm never sorry for it, but you're welcome. Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe, at your services. And on this episode, we are checking out the great snake rules forever himself, Cobra Commander. Now, as you can see, once again, in the retro styling of these figures in the retro collection and stuff, this is based in the color scheme and everything else in between it for the vintage figure. Now, this is also the one that a lot of people said, oh, this isn't the right one and stuff like that. Well, it turns out there's another Cobra Commander figure out there and stuff. Not in this one. It was based on the retro card and stuff, but it was based differently because it had the Mickey Mouse looking symbol on top, the Mickey Mouse ears on top of the Cobra, on the top of the Cobra itself, and it was like, huh. And apparently back in the days of the vintage toy collection and stuff like that, the vintage line of figures and stuff, that figure also was made that way and stuff, and became a huge rarity if anyone had the damn thing. Worth lots of money too. Anyways, let's get Cobra Commander here out of the package. As you can see, just like Stalker, I already showed you. Cobra Commander, Stalker, and the only one we're still missing, the Cobra Trooper. It's Trooper or Officer. I'm not sure. I think it's Cobra Trooper. Anyways, we're going to get him out of the package now and show you what he's all about. Hang on a sec. Baby knife! There you go, baby knife. Get it in there. Get it in there. Oh, yeah. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Trimming that beauty down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. First things first. When we pull this out of the bubble, we got the junk. I probably have half a dozen of those things in my trash can back behind me. Second. Oh, wow. His figure stand just wants to pop right in there with him. Okay. Now we got both. Okay, and as you can see, card is still nice and intact. It's still hard as can be. No bending in it, no tears. Beautifully done. So, if we want to put this back on that retro card and stuff, we can easily do that and just glue that sucker shut again if we want to. Anyways, unlike the G.I. Joe ones we've been unboxing and stuff where the Joe symbol is there, okay, we now have a Cobra symbol. Okay, now as you already know, when I did my serpent, snow serpent figure and stuff, and unboxed and reviewed him and stuff, okay, he did come with a Cobra symbol of his own too. So now we're gonna get these figures out of the package and show you everything that's here. First things first, Cobra Commander's backpack thing, which is interesting because in the show, Cobra Commander never wears a backpack. Okay, if I can get it in here. Oh God, come on. Oh, there I got it. But, if you remember the vintage figure, this thing was molded onto his back. It wasn't a backpack, it was molded onto his back. And it literally had it where he was supposed to slide his gun. Which is right here. His tiny little pistol. tiny little pistol. You got a tiny little pistol? You got a tiny little pistol there, Cobra Commander. And he has two sets of hands in here. He's got one that has his right index finger pointing at that, so you can do the whole "This is all your fault, Destro." He's also got a gripping hand of sorts. If I can get it out of there. Ow. Come on. The struggle is real, but we don't need the struggle to be real. How about pop it? Yeah. Come on. Out. Oh, there we go. Now, he's got a gripping hand that looks like he could do a choke on somebody, or this is like one that you could put something in his hand and he's holding it, you know. So we got that hand out. Then he comes with two sets of fists. One pair of fists. There we go. Oh, God. There, we got it. That's one. There we go. And there's two. Okay, that was some scary shit. Because we could have lost that fist forever. And because I've had my children running around here and stuff, my little fur babies, they could have easily swooped it up and took off with it. Anyways, Cobra Commander also comes with his own little knife, which he has a holster on his side leg here and stuff for said knife. Let's get him out of there first. Okay, first things first. Pop them legs. Pop them freaking legs. Okay, here's one. There's two. Let's pop them shoulders out now. There you go. There you go. Ah, there we go. Struggle is real, people. When it comes to freeing the plastic, the struggle is real. Da, 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 da. Okay. Ouch! Damn it, I did it again! Damn it, I did it again! He stopped himself, sir. He stopped himself. Alright, now that we got all that settled, everything's out of there. Put that back over here. Whew, that hurt. Okay. Anyways, let's get Cobra Commander looked at first, and then we'll get his gear together here. Okay, first things first. The arm articulation is butterfly jointed inside of the shoulder blade area. So he can move his arm back about that far, forward about that far, and crosswise about that far. And pop back in place there, just like so. Torso articulation allows him to crunch forward that far, crunch backward that far. Arm articulation allows him to have a swivel up in there near the shoulder. Now, in the case of bending here, oh God, again with the stiffness. Okay. There we go. Oh, Jesus. He's got elbow and double in the elbow articulation department and stuff, but stiff joints. I mean, stiff. Not to mention that plastic in between there. Jesus. Straining, can strain that stuff and stress it too much. You might just break this damn figure's arm. Yeah, see, that one's too tight. That one is literally too tight. I might have to throw a little heat to it and then go from there. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. It's stressing that plastic right there. And because it's that joint, like Lady J has got there and stuff, that thin layer of plastic like in there and stuff, it makes it harder to do that. Now, one thing I've heard a complaint about from others that have reviewed this figure, okay, why didn't they include his hood? Why didn't they include the hooded head? Then they could have, people could have easily popped the head off, put the hooded head on and stuff, and you got your Cobra Commander figure with the hood on and stuff. Pop that back on, and as he's on a ball joint, he can only look back about that far thanks to the helmet piece here. Look down about that far. He can go the 360 route, and that's it. Now, in the case of leg articulation, he does have those double knee joints, okay? But the stiffness, again, Jesus Christ, it hurt. Sorry, God. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. But, yeah, that hurt. Because it was snapping me while I'm trying to push it in there. But that's how far his leg can go back. His foot articulation allows him to push back about that far. And then up about that far. It is on a swivel, so he can do the little bit of swivel there and stuff. There is some leg swivel going on. And let's fix his foot there. Get that fixed there. And we'll put his knife in his holster. That's done. Get the leg swivel better here. And so on and so forth. Now, one thing I want to also show is that he comes with 2 different trigger fingers. Seriously, he's got 2 different trigger fingers. Why is it on both hands? Unless they're going to have it where his gun can be in one hand, and then he puts it, or you have it in the other, and he holds his knife, and it makes no sense. Now, for the purpose of things, let's pull that out of there gently as I can, because it is tight. Oh God, that is tight. Small peg holes. Oh God, those things are tight. Where is it here? Fists. Which one are you the right hand? Yes, you are. You're the right hand fist. And again, gotta be careful when you're putting these things in and pulling them out. Don't just be yanking them like you think you could just yank it just like that. You'll break that peg right off inside there, and then you're screwed. Now, I might be able to get this to work. Maybe. I don't want to break your arm, bud. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not happening. Okay, well, last but not least, let's get the other hand. There we go. So you can pull that out. Put the other fist in. There we go. I would like to bend his arm there and stuff. It's not working. So we're just gonna go like that. Yeah, see, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work good. Anyways, let's see how he is like that. Yeah, because I was trying to do the whole Cobra, you know, like that. But because this right arm is so stiff And I'm afraid I might break that damn thing. We're going to have to apply some heat to it or something and go from there. I can do it this way. Let's see. Okay, let's loosen it up a bit. Almost got it. Almost got it. Almost. Almost got it. Okay. You see the hot breath. Yeah. It's almost working, but I'm not going to try and stress that. That's a terrible thing right there. That joint right there being like that and stuff, it is a bad thing. You can't freaking, if you can't get it to do it right, then it ain't going to work at all. Okay. Now in the case of this to this, I forgot to put his backpack on him. That has his gun. Go just like so. And then we pop him in place. Does he stand perfectly on his own without a figure stand? There you go. Absolutely. Look at that. Okay. Now we're gonna put that stuff aside. Comparison time with Stalker here. As you can see, Cobra Commander comes up a little on the short side. Not too much though. The Stalker and him are just about height-wise, pretty much, but Stalker stands a little bit on the taller side. Now, let's see how you are with Lady J. And don't you fall over again. We're going to move you over there. In fact, I'm going to do that instead. There you go. Now, as you can see, Lady J is shorter to Cobra Commander this time around and stuff. Now, where Stalker is a little taller to Cobra Commander, Lady J is a little shorter to the Cobra Commander. Alright. Now, we're going to put her back over there real quick. And we're going to get our Halo, real-life Halo jumper over here. And as you can see, he's taller than Cobra Commander. Which is an interesting factoid here, because you got, even though they both got helmets on and stuff like that, he is still taller height-wise to Cobra Commander, even without that helmet on and stuff. So that's very interesting to know. Okay. Now, I'm going to put her back here again. No. Right there. Stay there. And we go from there. Okay. Like Stalker, this figure was $27.99. Is it worth that price? Hell no. If I'm having such difficulty worrying about breaking this freaking arm of his and stuff to get that joint to move because of that thin freaking plastic in there and stuff, this is not worth $27.99. Granted, he comes with additional hands, his backpack attached to him, and his gun with it and everything, and his little knife. It's a difficulty if you can't get the joints to work right. And on top of that, they didn't include his hooded head. They could have made, that could have been a difference maker right there in this Cobra Commander figure. Oh, you want to do the Cobra Commander without the helmet on? Boom, here's his hooded head. Just pop the helmet head off and put the hooded head on. It still would have fit with the outfit no matter what. Now, granted, there was a Cobra Commander figure that in the vintage line that was hooded, but it was a mail-away exclusive thing and stuff. Okay, that was in a different color scheme altogether. He was in a darker blue outfit, and darker blue and darkest blue or black outfit, okay, and everything else in between it. But as everyone knows, in both the comics and the cartoon, you barely ever see Cobra Commander like this all the time. He always had, when he was at their secret base or whatever, he always had his hooded head on and stuff. So Hasbro, you blew an opportunity right there. And on top of that, the price tag of $27.99, no way at all. Bad issues with the joints and stuff. Stiff as can be, for that matter. I shouldn't have to require heat to loosen them up a little and stuff. On top of that, you know, the hooded head not being with it and stuff, you missed the biggest opportunity right there to sell it for that $27.99 to begin with. So, how much did we pay for this? $10. $9.99 at Ross. Thanks to our good buddy Pop Culture Junkie. He picked it up for us along with Stalker. And boom, these were only $9.99 each. Not $27.99 like they were still being sold for and stuff. Because seriously, if you go on like places like GameStop and them, okay, they're still being sold for $29.99, $27.99 and up, you know, okay? But if they're in stock, that is. Okay, now, since these are showing up at Ross stores, it makes a huge difference. It's a difference maker in itself in the price tag. Because if you're paying $27.99 for a figure with less accessories and stuff and less and articulation problems and stuff, you might as well just wait for it to show up at Ross or hit a clearance aisle and go from there. Let's hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below, Adventurous Ones. Worth it to you if you found it at your store to get it for the $27.99? Or is it one of those you sit back and say, I'll wait to see if it shows up at places like Ross and get it from there? Let's hear those thoughts down in the comment section down below. That's it for this one, Adventurous Ones. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss on anything we got coming up on this channel in 2026. There's always more on the way. You never know what's coming up on the channel unless you hit the bell and set it to all. And this concludes our portion of the toy review. Tomorrow and Saturday will be 2 comic book reviews for based on G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, and based on our characters here that we unboxed and reviewed. So, if you want to make sure you hit that bell and set it to all so you don't miss on either one of those coming up in the next day or two. Anyways, also, if you want to be a part of our April giveaway, time's running out. If you want to be a part of it, you need to head over to that video right now. Follow the 3 rules of it and have all entries in by April the 28th, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because after that, after it hits April 29th, the morning of April 29th, I collect all names, prep them for the duck race, make sure everyone's followed the rules of the giveaway, and so on and so forth. And make sure you enter the hashtag Road to 1K to be entered for your chance to win a $10 gift card of your choice if you win the duck race. And that's it. Make sure everything's done properly, and we'll see it. We'll see who's going to turn out to be the winner. So until the next unboxing, till the next Hasbro, you missed your opportunity to give him the hooded head review. Peace out. May the force be with all of you, and every last one of y'all have a safe, lovely, and beautiful week out there. Take care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your pets, loved ones in general. Be smart out there, people. Use those brains up in your head. They're there for more than just zombies to munch on, okay? Get home safely to the people that love and care about you the most. Don't do stupid shit. Don't listen to stupid idiots. Just get home safely to the people that love and care about you, okay? And every single chance you have, because we're not living in safe times anymore, people. You need to be smart about things and get home safely to the people that love you and let them know every chance you have. There are no more second chances in life. You need to use those ones you got while you got them. Use them wisely. And let those people know how much you love and care for them in return. Until then, take care. God bless to all of you. Please remain safe. And we'll see you all later.